Welcome to Wednesday Night Sports with
Trevor Squire.
and Court Minor. Yep, that is me. I am named after the basketball court, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
actually didn't
Pretty
know that.
interesting. Yep, my dad loved basketball. But that is not tonight's topic.
Yes. We will cover basketball later once
Yep,
preseason's over.
once preseason is over and it actually gets interesting.
Yeah. Tonight we're actually going to start off with college football.
Yes,
We're going to cover the Week 8 schedule for the top 25
Yes, sir.
and make our picks.
Yeah. Week 8 schedule's got a lot of good games, though.
For real.
I mean,
Okay,
wait. First, we need to talk about the Ohio State-Oregon game.
yes, sir.
Oh, my gosh.
All right.
Did you see the thing where the last when Oregon took the penalty when they had an extra man on field?
Yeah.
Did you see that? About how they're talking about how it was, like, strategic? That's actually genius. That's like the definition of outcoached.
Yeah. Honestly, Oregon had so many mishaps in that game that should have made them lose.
Yeah.
But Ohio State sold. They
Yeah.
sold the bag.
Ohio State really did. Will Howard at the end of the game, the last play,
Oh, that's
was
rough.
such a choke.
Did not read the time very well.
No, he did not. But I mean, Oregon did take off 4 seconds because of that penalty. So
Yeah.
strategic, genius play. But now we need to get into our picks for this week.
Should we
Week
just
8.
start off from time order?
Yeah, we
Alright.
can do Friday. There are 2 games on Friday, at least for the top 25.
Yes.
Top 25 teams.
We have number 2, Oregon versus Purdue.
Purdue's 1-5, I think.
Purdue is not good.
They are not good at all.
This is not their year.
But
It's never their year, actually. They're good
no,
at
it is
basketball.
not. Oh, basketball, they're amazing.
Except they
But
sell everything.
that is a different topic.
And they lost Zakiri, so.
He's actually doing pretty good in the preseason in the NBA.
Well, yeah.
I've seen a lot of clips
Yeah.
on like TikTok. Him and John Morant got that duo chem,
For real.
but that's
Yeah,
a different
so
day.
Oregon will be playing at Purdue at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox.
On Fox, yes.
Oregon's winning by 60.
Oh, going right into it. I think I think Purdue will get a touchdown and a field goal on them.
Purdue could. I don't think they put up more than 7 points.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they get 10 at most. But
I
again,
think they
could be
can
a
get
hot
shut out.
take.
Oregon is just them.
Oh yeah, they are so good.
The only
this
team
year.
better than Oregon is Texas.
You cannot overlook Oregon.
Yeah.
Texas is so good. But okay, so clear pick
Yeah.
for the first game, which
Number
is
2
Friday, October 18th. Number 2 Oregon
Yeah.
winning. Yes.
Next game
Blowout.
on ESPN is number 13 BYU
Oh,
versus
geez.
Oklahoma State, who preseason was ranked 12 or something?
12-13. Then now they're 3-3.
Tanked hard.
BYU 6-0. That is surprising, I will say.
Already bowl eligible.
That is crazy.
The Vegas odds this year, they were only supposed to win 5 games.
Really.
Yeah, how's that, Vegas?
They're really proving themselves. But yeah, no, really. And I think that BYU is just underrated this year. Like, they blew Kansas out of the water. Their defense is amazing so far.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at their defense from last year,
They've had a
was
couple
bad.
rough patches this year. I mean, the Baylor game was that. I know
Almost-
that BYU
almost
fans
sold.
were on their seats
But
for that one.
to be
on the edge of their
fair-
seats.
the defense was on this field the entire game.
That is true.
And it's easier to get a boost in morale on offense than it is on defense.
Yeah,
Like that defense or the offense can just really kick off,
yeah, I agree.
and the defense just has to take it.
Yeah,
and hope they don't sell.
yeah.
But I
But
think
BYU
it's at
is
BYU, so
At BYU, got
BYU should.
loud fan base. I mean, big noon kickoff was there on last Saturday. Big show out. I saw a lot of clips on Instagram. But I mean, I think they win. I think they beat Oklahoma State by maybe, I'd say like 21.
I can agree with that. I think Oklahoma State can score 14 points max.
Yeah.
They'll score more than that.
Well, I think Oklahoma State scores max 14 as well, but I also think that BYU is going to put up at least 40 on them, especially at home.
And keep in mind, it's a night game. BYU doesn't
lose
night
true.
games very often.
That is true.
Like in the sun, they can lose those.
Yeah.
They haven't this year, which
I agree.
is interesting. So, yeah, I'm taking BYU over Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I also take BYU.
Take them by 20
also,
points.
BYU is averaging like almost – actually, I think they are averaging 40 points a game.
Well, I mean, if you look
right
at
up
it,
there.
their defense is forcing turnovers like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
There was, 3 or 4 against Baylor?
They're averaging 3 a game.
Yeah.
They're averaging 3 turnovers a game.
4 against Arizona.
And Arizona's quarterback, he has thrown 5 interceptions in their last 5 games, and BYU has 3 of them.
Dang.
One of them a pick six. And the last minute. Which I think that Arizona's coach is an idiot for keeping their starters out there with the last minute and a half. They're down 2 scores. He took a big hit in the end zone. Tyler Batty takes him down. But that was terrible coaching.
Yeah.
But those are all the games for Friday.
Yeah.
At least in the top 25 teams.
That game will be at 8:15 or 10:15.
10:15 Eastern
time. So on Saturday, we're gonna run Texas versus Georgia. That's number 1 versus number 5, respectively.
I mean, like we were talking about before we started this, game of the year.
There's no better teams than Texas and Georgia other than Oregon.
Yeah.
Oregon can fit its place in the top 3.
Yep.
Georgia may be number 5, but they are number 2.
Yeah.
They should be ranked number 2.
I
One loss
agree.
to Alabama shouldn't tank them very far.
And they almost made a huge comeback, too. You have to keep that in mind.
Except their defense was getting cooked by 17.
Defense was Ryan Williams, dude. Oh, my gosh.
Can you imagine skipping your senior year of high school
To go play for Bama?
For Alabama.
Did you see he almost committed to Texas A&M, though?
A&M would be number 2 right now.
That is true. But I think Texas I think if Quinn Ewers plays, Texas wins.
I think even if Manning plays.
That's valid. My only problem is he hasn't had enough experience to go against a top 5 team. Personally, my opinion. He could win, though. I mean, his debut, he played amazing. But I think that if Georgia is as good as they know they are and they play as good as they are, I think they beat Texas.
Yeah.
If Quinn Ewers plays.
Also, just quick plug. There is a train behind us, so
yeah,
you hear loud noise and shaky.
It's because there's a train.
Yep.
Right there.
Yeah, I think Texas, they pull it out.
Yeah.
By, I'll say, 1 score. Can Georgia win? 100%.
Yeah.
Or I'll say 99%.
Yeah. It's just one of those games where you just don't know.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, we did think that with Alabama versus Georgia.
That is true.
Alabama goes up 27-0 or 28-0.
Yeah. But then Georgia came storming back, and they ended up taking the lead in the last 2 minutes of the game.
That was crazy.
That was insane. I stopped watching the game because Alabama was just destroying Georgia.
Yeah. Good thing one Georgia team can make a comeback. Not the Falcons.
Nope.
2016. Oh, that kills.
Yeah, they're the ones that blow leads.
Yeah.
But
so Texas versus Georgia will be at 7:30.
On ABC, ESPN
on ABC
Plus.
On Eastern time.
Yep, Eastern time, 7:30 p.m.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Texas. I don't know. It could go both ways,
a coin
but
toss.
I think Texas would probably win.
I'd say 60-40 Texas.
Yeah.
Or odds, not score.
Yeah, no, that would be crazy.
That would be wicked. Final score, I'd say Georgia scores like 21.
Yeah.
Texas 24.
That is a good score.
Or vice versa, Georgia wins 28 to
24.
I'd say to 21.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's valid. I think that's a good score.
Or 24. 24 could work too.
Yeah. It's just one of those games where you don't know how both offense and defense are going to be playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a good game. I'm excited to watch that one for sure.
Yeah. Our next game, number 6 Miami versus Louisville at 12 p.m.
Yep.
Eastern.
Okay, might be a hot take. Miami is the most overrated team.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
This year.
We were just talking about
By
BYU
far.
earlier. BYU beats them by 20 every time.
I
Like,
would agree.
I'm not even going to hold you to that.
I think BYU would absolutely destroy Miami.
BYU, Notre Dame, Clemson, any team in the top 25, let's take Army or Navy. They can beat Miami. Miami is not good.
Any team in the FBS can beat Miami. By
not
20.
to say Miami is bad at football.
Florida State, that's... No. Except, I don't know why they're not even ranked this year, guys. I think Florida State should be top 10.
Is better than Texas. Let's keep it real.
Best team out there. But yeah, no. Miami, no.
They're not.
Cam Ward
So
shouldn't even be in the Heisman conversation.
Facts.
I'm going to put that out there.
Heisman?
Ashton Gianti.
Yeah. Bro,
If he doesn't win, it is rigged.
He has already doubled, or nearly doubled, I should say, Derrick Henry's rushing yards when he was at Alabama.
Well, did you see he has more rushing yards than Michigan does passing? And he almost has as many rushing yards as Michigan rushing as a whole.
Bro was just...
He's him.
Everyone says, oh, but Mountain West is horrible.
He played against Oregon. They almost beat Oregon.
He put up, what, 300?
Something like that.
300 yards, something like that, and...
3 touchdowns?
Like,
he's averaging 3 touchdowns a game and 200 yards a game.
Exactly.
That is crazy. And he's a junior.
Yeah, he's winning Heisman. Yeah. Sure.
If he doesn't win, it's rigged. But Travis Hunter could be up there, but he did get injured. So I think he might be out of it.
Even, Travis Hunter.
But I can't believe
Jalen Milroe, he could take it.
He could too, but they need to win more games.
That's true.
That Vandy game kind of blew it for him.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Vandy's the new Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
The new Super Bowl team in college football. Not Alabama anymore.
Yeah, no.
You beat Vandy, you storm that field.
You stormed the field. Yeah, you beat I cannot believe that Alabama lost that game to Vanderbilt.
You know that Alabama has never stormed the field? Their fans have never stormed the field in their history.
That actually makes sense because they don't need to.
Their last 10 losses, every team has stormed the field.
But that also goes to show you how big of a...
They're just dominant.
Yeah, no,
that's what I'm saying. They're everyone's Super Bowl, except Vandy.
Yeah.
Vandy's the GOAT.
All right, we are back.
Yeah, we just had some minor inconveniences.
Minor, very minor.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Court minor.
Yep, that's me. Okay, anyways, we were talking about Miami.
Yeah.
Their quarterback, severely overrated.
Top 10 prospect? No.
Yeah.
No.
Shouldn't even be in the Heisman race, personally.
After they get clobbered at Louisville, I'm gonna call it now. Upset of the week.
Louisville. Yep, I agree.
Louisville over Miami.
Louisville beats Miami.
All right.
They beat Miami.
So here's the probably the second best game of the week. Bama at Tennessee.
Yep.
Tennessee takes it.
Yep. I was just going to say that. Tennessee beats Bama. It's at home. Alabama has not been looking good. Yep. They just need to have a good pass rush on Jalen Milroe.
Yep. Because
he can do anything with the ball.
Did you know that in the entire Nick Saban era for LSU and Alabama, he never lost to a team 2 years in a row?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so
Saban was just him.
Saban's gone now.
Yeah, I think
Tennessee
takes it. I agree. Tennessee win. It'll be a close game though. Tennessee wins by 3 or 7.
I like that.
Field goal or touchdown, and PAT.
I'm going to say 27-24 Tennessee.
That is a good score,
Or
actually.
it can swap.
Score of the week by Trevor Squire. Score of the week. That is a valid score.
All right. Do you think so?
Yeah, I do.
I still think Texas versus Georgia is my score of the week, but I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, no. But, yeah, no. Bama, Tennessee, 24-27. Tennessee takes it at home. Fans rush the field, obviously, because it's Bama. If you beat Bama, anyone's rushing the field.
They're going to get fined $200,000 for doing it a second time. Especially
Who
right
cares?
After Vandy
It's
did.
not the fans' money.
Yeah. They should let us storm it again. Freaking Tennessee's ruining it for us.
Yeah, real.
The state of Tennessee. So I actually didn't know until recently. Vanderbilt is in Nashville, Tennessee.
You didn't know that?
Bro.
Imagine that.
Like,
Tennessee
it
and
makes sense.
Vandy. Yeah.
Imagine. Okay, we're back.
We're back. More technical difficulties.
Yep. Okay. So, yeah, Tennessee wins.
Tennessee does take it.
27-24. Unless Ryan Williams just
Balls out.
balls out again.
Like he has been all year.
17-year-old kid. That is wicked.
Younger than me, playing for Bama.
He is my age. Plays for Alabama.
That is crazy.
And I'm going to be flipping burgers at Burger King.
No, we're having a podcast now.
Okay,
It's a
yes.
full-time thing.
Wednesday Night Sports.
Yep, Wednesday night sports.
Go follow the Instagram and the TikTok. And we'll be on Spotify.
The
soon.
logo I made, and I'm very proud of.
Yes.
Just going to come out and say it, which we'll show at the end of the video. Just kidding. It's on our profile. You can go look at it. But
that's awesome.
anyway, next game, LSU at Arkansas.
LSU wins.
Yeah.
I think LSU wins by 2 scores.
Yeah. That's valid.
I'm gonna say 35. I think it's gonna be high scoring because I think Arkansas can make a push on LSU's defense. I mean, Florida was running through it.
Yeah.
Not Florida.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss was running through it. I think it'll be.
It was both ways, though. I mean,
Yeah.
both teams were just running through each other's defenses. It didn't look like a good game
I'm gonna
from
say
either team.
30 to 18, not 18, 17.
30-17.
30 to 17.
It's valid.
LSU.
I just don't think Arkansas is going to let that happen. At Arkansas, at least.
Yeah, but
I mean, the only reason I say that, LSU didn't look very good in their last game against Ole Miss, which was honestly one of their biggest games of the year. And Arkansas beat Tennessee when Tennessee was
true.
like a 4 seed.
that is true.
At home as well. So I think Arkansas can take it. I think it can go both ways, but I'm going to take Arkansas, winning by 1 score.
1 score.
1 score.
Makes sense. All right.
Could be a field goal or a touchdown.
Okay.
Either or. No, this next game.
Iowa State, UCF. At UCF, keep in mind.
Yeah.
UCF wins. Iowa State is not 9 seed caliber. They are
Nope.
not top 15, I'd say.
Well,
BYU runs the Big 12.
runs the Big 12. BYU should switch Iowa State for their seed, personally.
Yeah,
BYU is a top 10 team right now.
that's not a hot take.
The only thing I struggle with is BYU can keep up with any of the big teams if they're playing at home at night. I don't think they can beat any of the top 5 teams away or a day game.
Yeah, I will.
Personally,
I'm gonna put it out.
That's my opinion.
BYU's offense is very, very mid.
Oh, they are the most average offense you can find in
Their
football.
offense is they don't cook, but their defense is what keeps them at such a high rank. I mean,
Well,
you're
the only
forcing-
reason
you're
they're
averaging 3 turnovers a game.
yeah, their offense is only scoring because of their defensive takeaways.
I mean, if you watch the Zona game, they did.
Cooked.
Their defense stopped them on the 1 yard line.
Yep.
That nice, crazy pick by I think it was a freshman actually that made that play.
Was it really?
I think so. No.
Are you talking about the first pick?
Yeah.
Yep.
The pick 6 was also a freshman.
Yeah, Isaiah Glasker.
Yeah.
He is a beast.
Anyways, back to
Did you see he was National Player of the Week?
Really?
Yeah. He had 1 forced fumble, 1 pick, and 1 sack, and like 5 solo tackles. He was on fire. He was cooking.
That's a good future for BYU.
Yeah, it is. BYU's always producing good players, to be honest. Underrated. Fred Warner, best linebacker in the league. Puka Nacua, when healthy, one of the best wide receivers.
NFL players.
Yeah.
Like, obviously,
nobody talks about it enough.
They don't compare to your SEC teams like Alabama and Georgia.
Alabama and Georgia produce so many, it's actually unreal.
But, I mean, if you look at the quality of the NFL players, I mean, let's just go. You can just go back in history real quick. Steve Young. Crazy.
I wish I could watch him, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
I wasn't
Steve Young,
alive.
what was it, two or three?
Yeah.
No, I think he only won 2.
Yeah, he only won 2.
He won 2, and
Jim McMahon
Joe
played.
Montana won.
Joe Montana was so good.
Wish I could have watched him. Anyways, yeah, I mean, like, if you look at the BYU players that they produce.
I mean, look at Jamal Williams and Taysom Hill right now.
Yeah.
Taysom Hill is literally him.
Dude,
he can play any position.
3 season-ending injuries in college.
Yeah.
As a quarterback. All 3 of those injuries came to games against Utah State, by the way. Every time he got injured, they said, no, you can't play. Look at him now. He's a tight end.
Making big bucks.
Yeah. Well, he does everything. He plays fullback, plays tight end, he plays quarterback. He plays
special teams.
Literally everything.
He had like a blocked punt last year or something.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Future Hall of Fame player.
Yep, agreed.
Then Kyle Van Noy, 2 Super Bowls with Patriots.
Oh, Kyle Van Noy, man. And he's leading the league in sacks this year.
Yeah. I mean, Hutch would be, but RIP.
Yeah,
He'll
it's
be
too
back
bad.
next year.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Well, at least the Lions posted about it, said he's going to be fine.
He's a demon. He's like Christian McCaffrey on defense.
That's actually not a bad take.
But let's look at Tyler Algier on the Falcons.
Yeah, that is true.
Anywhere else other than the Ravens and the Lions, he's running back 1.
Yeah.
And he'd be behind Kenneth Walker for sure. But
yeah, Kenneth Walker, he's very solid.
Where else are you gonna find
I feel like Kenneth Walker's too injury prone though.
Yeah.
He gets injured a lot. I mean, it's not like he's out for a long time, but he does sit.
Yeah.
But yeah. He would sit behind Kenneth Walker, I think, when healthy.
BYU produces crazy NFL players.
Yeah, I agree. Underrated.
Yep.
Underrated school for sure.
They run the Big 12 this year.
Yep. Agreed.
Not Utah. No, all you petty Utah fans thought.
Yep. Really thinking that
the Big 12 is a step down from the Pac-12 of competition for Utah. They're going to win it.
Where's Utah now?
Cam.
Not even in the top 25.
Cam, you're injured, dude. Do not come back.
Cam, you have a grandkid. Yep.
You graduated the same year as Will Levis and Zach Wilson in high school. BYU has gone through 4 quarterbacks in your time at Utah.
And
it's time to retire.
Eligible for an 8th season. But honestly, if I were you, I'd go back, make some NIL money, and you can retire by the time you're 45 because you're 43 right now. So, yeah.
I just went out.
Well, that's fine. I can change that later. That's why I have a glowing microphone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, UCF, Iowa State. I think Iowa State still wins, personally.
Nah.
I mean, they struggled in their last game. UCF you cannot underlook, though.
UCF is good this year. They're gonna win. They're gonna win by 1 score.
That's valid.
I'm not gonna give a exact number because.
Yeah, I think Iowa State wins by 1 score. That's just what I think.
Yeah.
But could go either way. Again, I don't care about that game. It's not one of the more interesting ones we have on here.
Yeah.
Because we've already talked about them.
Georgia, Texas,
Bama, Tennessee,
even
and LSU, Arkansas. I don't know. Yeah. Arkansas's kind of proved themselves after beating Tennessee, but this is.
We'll get to Notre Dame and Georgia Tech in a minute, but.
Oh, that too.
I'm calling upset. Upset alert for Notre Dame. Just gonna say it, but anyways. Clemson versus Virginia.
Clemson blows them out of the water by 40.
I'm going to say 35-7. Not 35-7. 35-3.
42-3.
Clemson. Virginia is hot garbage. They have nothing going for them.
Virginia used to be a mid team. Now they just suck. They're on the same level as UMass.
Oh.
And that's saying something.
That's just not right.
That's not right. Yeah, sorry, UMass, but not sorry. You need to just not be a school anymore. Or you can just play with the high schoolers. Because, I mean, Ryan Williams is 17, and he's winning against top 5 teams in the country.
He's cooking Georgia cornerbacks, 5-star DBs.
Yeah.
And he's cooking them like bacon.
That's insane. But anyway, Clemson blows Virginia out of the water.
Yeah.
Don't need to talk about that one because Clemson's Clemson. Obviously, they kind of fell off after Trevor Lawrence, but now they're building it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Clemson wins 42-3, my final score.
Trevor Lawrence going into the NFL has some crazy stats. He had never lost a home game.
Yeah.
In his entire career, going into like week 5 of his rookie year.
He was him.
Bro was like 47-0 at home.
He was him. I mean, he still is him, but he just needs a better team.
We'll say highly overpaid.
Oh, yeah.
55 mil, bro. Come on. Come on. Who else is overpaid? Dak Prescott.
Oh, jeez. Dak Prescott needs to just
Cowboys got
quit.
Embarrassed at AT&T Stadium in Dallas on
The Lions
Sunday.
were writing up plays for their linemen to score touchdowns. Do you know how bad you have to be?
Well, keep in mind that the Lions would have beat them last year with a lineman play, but the refs sold them out.
Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, he didn't report as eligible. Bro, he was talking to the ref.
Well, the Lions proved themselves
Yep.
in that game. And the refs from last year are kicking themselves because who wants the Dallas Cowboys to win anyway?
No
Let's
one.
be for real.
Dallas Cowboys have more haters than fans.
Yeah, real. That is real. All of the NFL hates them other than their fans.
The only other team that's hated as much as the Dallas Cowboys is the Boston Celtics in the NBA.
Don't even get me started. Jason Tatum, most overrated player in the NBA.
Jason Tatum. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Jason Tatum's the GOAT.
Oh, yeah, he's him.
He's the new Michael Jordan. That's why he got...
The Green Mamba. Yep, you know who I'm talking about, TikTok.
That's why he got so
Pathetic.
much playing time
Just kidding.
at the Olympics.
I can't hate on any other podcast. You all have your own takes and opinions, so it's fine. But, yeah. Jason Tatum, personally, I think is overrated. But anyway, on to the next game. Number 12 Notre Dame versus Georgia Tech.
Georgia
Tech
wins this every time.
Agreed.
Notre Dame, you're not
good anymore.
Well, I think they're good. But I think Georgia Tech takes this because Georgia Tech is a solid top 20 team.
Yeah.
They usually are.
Every year.
And
they
always
top
pull
20.
off some crazy upset. And this is their upset.
Yeah.
This is their upset of the year.
Yeah, no.
I think they
Again,
lose.
BYU should be ahead of Notre Dame in the rankings.
I agree.
I'm
Notre
saying
Dame
that
should be
yeah.
Notre Dame should be below A&M and Nebraska.
Yeah.
Not Nebraska. Indiana.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cornhuskers. Not for you.
You started off strong, then you fell off, as always. But anyway, Georgia Tech, I'd say they win by 1 score.
24.
I think it could be
20.
a close game.
24-20. Okay, we're back again. Our cameras died, so we're gonna rewind just a tiny bit. We're talking about BYU should be higher ranked than Notre Dame.
Yes.
And that's not even a hot take.
No,
if you disagree,
you're casual.
You're casual. It's that simple.
Yep. You will never be invited on this podcast if you disagree.
Ain't nobody being invited on this podcast. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, real.
Yep. All right.
Rhett, I'm looking at you, pal.
Cringe lord. Cringe lord. Yeah. Notre Dame. You lose every time to Georgia Tech. I don't even want to.
Yeah, this is one of those games where Georgia Tech proves that they are a top 20 team.
They are going to absolutely smother. Okay, I'm going to rephrase. Georgia Tech wins by 1 score. Notre Dame, you're not cool. You're good at the game. You're not going to beat Georgia Tech. It's that simple.
Yeah, I agree. Georgia Tech beats you by 7.
Yep.
Would be my guess. Low scoring game. I'd say 21-14 for Georgia Tech.
Okay. I vibe with that.
Yeah, I don't know. Notre Dame, you lost to Northern Illinois. That's all I have to say.
At home.
At home, too, yes.
That's so sad.
I don't know how you guys still have fans after that. Like, that is so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Notre Dame fans, you are real ones. It's kind of like Dallas Cowboys.
They're not real.
That is true.
NPCs. If you're a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, you're not special. No one likes you.
I couldn't agree more.
Yep.
But anyway, on to the next. 14, Texas A&M at Mississippi State. Not even a game. Texas A&M takes it 49-3.
I'm going to say 40-3. No, 40-0.
Yeah.
40-0.
See, that's valid.
Mississippi State, you're not scoring anything.
Yeah.
And I'll give you some leeway. If you score 3 points on their backups,
It's still a shutout.
it's still a shutout. You're cooked.
Nope,
You're cooked.
You can't count that. You can't.
Just stop playing football. Remove your football program. You're not good.
Yeah, why are you in the SEC? Let's be for
You're
real.
worse than Vanderbilt.
Yeah, and, well,
I mean, I don't mean to roast you, but you
nobody's
deserve
better
it, bro.
than Vanderbilt, though.
That's
Let's
facts.
be for real. They
Vandy
beat.
beat Bama.
Yeah, Saban. Trash.
Yeah.
Respect you, though.
We don't even have to discuss that.
Nope.
Indiana versus Nebraska. I'm taking Indiana by 3 points.
Yeah, this one's
20
interesting.
to 17.
Nebraska takes it by 3 points.
Like,
20-17.
I'm not even gonna hold you to this. Like, Nebraska could win. This is what one game, other than the big ones, that I think Nebraska should win, but I think Indiana will win.
Okay, that's valid.
Even though Indiana is high ranked, Nebraska should win this one. But
Yeah. I mean, it is at Indiana, too.
Indiana is going to take this.
It is at Indiana.
Yeah.
But, I agree with you, other than the fact that I think Nebraska is going to win by 3.
Yep.
Same score, but I picked opposite.
All right. Kansas State or West Virginia. Just listen here. West Virginia, you're a great school. You're a good football team. You're middle of the pack in the Big 12 right now.
Yep.
That's some good stuff. They're Power 5 or Power 4. RIP Pac-12. You're Power 4, but Kansas State is looking to redeem themselves after tanking to that BYU game.
Yeah.
They are going to win 35-7.
Yeah.
And that's
I
not even
agree.
because West Virginia is a bad team. Kansas State is just that much better. And I think they beat everyone in the Big 12 except BYU.
Yeah. It's not a hot take. I mean, we already saw BYU beat Kansas State.
Yeah. Granted, it was a
By 29.
home night game for them, and they don't lose those.
That is true, but I mean,
They did like
even
2 years
still.
ago to East Carolina.
Yeah.
Bad luck.
No.
But they were bad that year, so
Yeah.
they're cooking this year. They're running the Big 12.
Yeah. No. Kansas State.
Yeah.
And BYU, top 2 teams in the Big 12.
Yeah.
By the end of the season.
For sure.
I mean, we'll get to Iowa State,
Later. Well, we already
did.
We already did cover Iowa State.
but we can talk about Big 12 later because that is an interesting conference.
We will dive into the Big 12 maybe next week
Yeah.
with some college football 25.
Yep.
Gameplay.
Tune in, by the way.
We might
It'll be
might
our
play
second
some
episode.
if we can make it work. Next game. Mizzou versus Auburn. It's at Mizzou. Auburn's playing on the road. Auburn
Yeah.
wins this. Auburn turns into prime football. They are the best football team when they are playing against ranked opponents for some stupid reason.
Yep.
They are so good.
I agree.
I mean,
Auburn,
or they'll lose to Charlotte or East Carolina. Some
Charlotte,
janky
who?
Okay, that's not very nice.
Yeah, no.
That's not very nice.
But Auburn takes this game. I think by 14.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be
I'm gonna
closer, but
I'm going to say 7 because I think Mizzou is actually a solid team this year.
yeah.
But they're
no, that's fair.
They're just
That's
not.
fair.
They're not going to cook. They're 9th at preseason. They're tanking. Could tank harder.
They could take Carter.
Utah.
You are right.
Yeah, I'm taking Auburn.
Yep, one word, and it is Utah. But
SMU at Stanford. This is an interesting one.
no, it's not.
Psych, it's
SMU takes
SMU
it
wins
easily.
by 25 points.
Stanford, you should just stick to smart people.
Stanford, you have great academics. Not even gonna hold you. But
You're not a
SMU's
good football
good.
team.
SMU's good.
SMU is good.
They have a very proficient offense.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I'm not even gonna dive into it because everyone knows.
You know, SMU.
SMU's good.
They're a good team. ACC, they're a good team. But yeah, no. Stanford, stick to academics, please. And thank
All right.
you.
This is the game.
Illinois versus Michigan.
Number 22 Illinois versus number 24 Michigan. Now let me get this straight. Michigan is not a top 30 team. Michigan
No, they're not.
is cheeks.
They're so bad.
True
they fell off
freshman
so hard.
Isaac Wilson on the falling off Utah team beats Michigan 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Michigan.
And Isaac Wilson is still learning a lot. I think he's a good quarterback, but he has a lot to learn.
I
And
agree.
it shows.
Michigan is just you lost your head coach, you lost your starting quarterback, and everyone else was like, "Oh, but it's your running backs. Your running backs are the best team, best part of your team." No,
Yeah.
Boise State's one running back is beating both of yours combined.
Yep.
You're not it.
Well, he's beating their entire core.
beating
combined.
everyone.
He's beating your whole team. He is outrunning your pass yards this season. Do you know how sad that is?
He is out doing everything.
Through 7 weeks, bro. 7 weeks, he's outrunning your passing yards. It's time for Michigan to just quit.
Michigan, you're getting bailed out by the committee. They're keeping you up there.
Anyways, Illinois takes it on Michigan by 7.
Yes.
You heard it here
Illinois
first.
wins by 20 points.
20.
20.
Wow.
It'll be 35. No, not 35. Sorry. 27-7.
Wow. Yeah, no, I think Illinois wins 14-7.
Really?
Yes.
I think Illinois' offense can do bits on Michigan. But
That's fair.
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Here are our last two games. Two of very interesting teams. Army and Navy. You guys are goats, all right? Mad respect.
Mad respect.
Both undefeated. You're cooking, but
One
you have
problem. You
horrible
have
schedules.
no
Your schedules
schedule.
have no strength.
Talk about cupcakes.
But
That is
I
you
will
guys.
say, Army, you should have been ranked last week, just because you deserve it.
Yeah, you guys.
But
Yeah, no. I agree
playing
with
East
Army.
Carolina this week, you should win by a large margin. Will
Yeah.
it happen? We'll see. Same thing goes for Navy. They're playing Charlotte.
Ah, Charlotte.
You good?
Charlotte who?
Okay. Charlotte, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
Charlotte, you're
You're playing D1 ball and I'm not. I can't say anything.
Yeah. Mad respect to all the programs,
Yeah.
but except Michigan because you're not good at football. I'll take Charlotte over Michigan any day of the week.
fall off needs to be studied. But yeah,
Respect.
Charlotte,
I
you
don't
deserve
actually
to
know.
be 24
Yeah.
instead of Michigan. Michigan is
Michigan
hot
shouldn't even,
trash.
they're not top 30.
nope.
Anyways,
they're not.
back to our military teams. Army and Navy, you're both going to win this week.
Should win.
I'm not going to give numbers just because.
Yeah. I don't watch you guys enough. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're in the top 25, and I know you're undefeated, and I know you guys don't have good schedules, and I know you should beat both of these teams because you hardly ever hear about East Carolina and Charlotte.
Pretty much.
Again, mad respect, but
Yeah.
you should win.
All right, so I'm gonna quickly recap my picks here.
Okay.
I'm taking Oregon over Purdue every day of the week.
Yep.
Purdue.
If you
stick to
don't-
basketball. Boilermakers. Sorry, football's not for you.
Yep.
I'm taking BYU over Oklahoma State. 8 out of 10 times. They're
Yeah.
playing a night game in Provo.
Friday night.
Yeah. Oklahoma State,
Friday
you're
night.
getting cooked. I'm just saying it. Texas over Georgia. It's a coin toss. I will say this coin toss I'm going to lean in favor of Texas by 60-40%. But I think both teams are just that good.
Yeah.
Miami at Louisville. Upset of the week. Louisville is going to take down Miami. Miami's severely overrated. So, yeah. Bama at Tennessee. This is going to be a fantastic game. Same thing as the Texas game. This is a coin toss, but I'm gonna land with Tennessee, 60-40%.
Yep.
LSU at Arkansas. LSU's winning. I think Arkansas is going to keep it close. I do think that, but LSU will take it because they are a solid, very solid SEC team. Iowa State playing UCF at home. UCF is taking this. I would say upset of the week if Louisville would not play. But UCF is going to beat Iowa State. They're not a 9-seed caliber team.
Yeah.
And it's just that simple.
Yep.
Clemson at Virginia. It's a win by a landslide. Clemson, you got it.
Yeah.
Notre Dame at Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech wins. And I'm not even going to go further because Notre Dame, you are garbage. Texas A&M at Mississippi State. It's going to be a shutout.
Talk about no game.
Shutout. Mississippi State, go to the ACC. You're not worth it.
Yeah.
Indiana versus Nebraska. This is probably the closest game, I'd say, of the whole week.
Yeah.
I'm taking Indiana, but it could literally be 50-50, either team. Nebraska should win this just because they need a solid win against a ranked opponent here. But
Yeah.
Indiana is also looking for a solid team to beat to make sure they keep up the reputation of winning. Kansas State at West Virginia. Kansas State wins by a ton because they need to take down, or they need to regain the reputation that they lost when they lost to BYU.
Yeah.
Mizzou versus Auburn. Auburn wins because they're weird.
They're weird.
SMU at Stanford. SMU takes this by a sufficient amount because Stanford, you're pure academics. Illinois versus Michigan. Michigan, you're hot garbage. You should not be ranked. Not even close. I'm taking Illinois by 20. Army and Navy, you're both going to cook this week. And, yeah, that is my list.
That is fair. Okay. Let me break down mine. Almost the exact same as yours, but obviously Oregon blows Purdue out of the water. Not even going to be close. Don't have to go into detail. They proved themselves against Ohio State. BYU beats Oklahoma State 9 out of 10 times because BYU has proved themselves this year. Their defense is amazing.
They have a mid offense, but their defense is solid.
Yep, defense very solid, averaging 3 takeaways a game.
4 forced
Pretty
turnovers.
sure that's the most in
4.
college football right now.
Yeah.
And then you go to the next day, Saturday, Texas versus Georgia. Very close game. Give me Texas because Texas has proved themselves to be the number 1 team in the country. Upset of the week, Louisville beats Miami by 14. Miami has not proved themselves at all. Instead, they are honestly shooting themselves in the foot. Cam Ward is not all that. He is not a Heisman candidate.
I agree.
He shouldn't even be in the top 10, but
No.
he's top 3.
No one
for
should be
some reason.
because I'm blanking. John T. He's
Yep.
taking it.
Yeah,
And
no,
if,
it should literally
If
just
he
be
does
his
not
name.
take it,
It's rigged.
call me. I'm going to retire.
Travis Hunter shouldn't even be in the race because he's injured now, and he didn't play the greatest against Kansas State either before he got injured.
I think Isaac Wilson so would Heisman.
Isaac Wilson.
I'm joking.
Anyway, next game. You got Alabama at Tennessee. Give me Tennessee just because it's a home game for them. And Alabama has not looked solid the past 2 weeks. They almost lost to South Carolina at home. Then you got number 8, LSU at Arkansas. Give me Arkansas because Arkansas has proved themselves actually a good team because they beat Tennessee when Tennessee was like the 4 seed. Pretty impressive. Now you got Iowa State versus UCF. Could go either way. Give me Iowa State. Don't want to go into details because I'm not interested in that game at all because Iowa State shouldn't even be top 10. Then you got Clemson versus Virginia. Clemson blows Virginia out of the water, and that's that. Give me Georgia Tech versus Notre Dame.
It's just the obvious pick.
Yeah, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, you ain't it, bro.
You
ain't
are
it.
not it.
I do not mess with Notre
You
Dame.
have Yeah, no. You have no excuse to lose against Northern Illinois at home. And where are they now? Nowhere to be found.
No one knows. I think
They fell off.
I think they removed their football team. To be honest.
A week after that, they beat Notre Dame and said
They
we're good.
retired. They got their one win against a ranked opponent, but yeah.
And next game, Texas A&M versus Mississippi State. Give me Mississippi State by 7.
All right.
Just kidding.
Stop
Give me A&M by 50. Because holy crap, Mississippi State. You shouldn't even be in the SEC. Now you got Indiana versus Nebraska. Close game. Give me Nebraska by 3. 17-20, final score.
Okay.
For Nebraska. Kansas State versus West Virginia. Like you said, they have a lot to prove, especially after they lost to BYU, which BYU played a heck of a game. But regardless, Kansas State is still a great football team, and they've proved it. And so give me Kansas State beating West Virginia. Now you got Auburn versus Mizzou. Auburn clears them just because it's Auburn. Like you said, they're weird, but Mizzou is also not as good as people think. Now you got SMU versus Stanford. Stanford, stick to academics and nerds, please. Give me SMU by 40. Just kidding, not by 40. Give me 21-7. No, 28-7 for SMU. Then you got Illinois versus Michigan. Both not great teams. Gotta come out and say it. They're not great teams. I think Illinois almost did they play Purdue?
No,
I think
they almost beat Penn State though.
Okay, that's right. They almost beat Penn State. Couldn't remember if
Penn
they played
State
Purdue.
is a solid team, I will say.
Well, Penn State's top 5.
Yeah.
So don't think they should be, personally.
I think they're top 10.
They're top 10, not top 5. Now give me Illinois versus Michigan because Michigan shouldn't even be top 25, not even top 30. Give me Utah State over Michigan, to be honest. Might be a hot
I would take that any day of the week. Michigan, you're not it, dude. You're not it.
And then
I
you
just
got
have a hate towards
then you got Army
So
and Navy. You guys should win. If you don't, then that just proves that you have no schedule and you guys aren't as good as people say. But I have faith in you guys. But yeah, that is my recap of my picks for this week.
Dubs.
Yeah, Wednesday Night Sports.
This is our
Every
first recording
Wednesday.
on Wednesday Night Sports.
This is episode 1.
We'll be back next week. Stay tuned.
WNS.
Go follow the TikTok and the Instagram.
Yep.
And if you're finding these on Instagram or TikTok, go subscribe to the YouTube.
Yeah.
See you next week. See you.
Deuces.